revolutionary wrestling podcast. My name is Tony fucking G. Like, share, subscribe. And as obvious on my shoulder, I am your 10-time RWP prediction champion. And here we are for one of those glorified house shows in the desert, Crown Jewel. So on the pre-show, we've got the Usos going up against the Hurt Business, and this is a tag team match. The Hurt Business just got back together, right? And the Usos are being portrayed very dominantly. The Usos are probably one of the best teams this year. So for me, I think they kind of have to go over here. Roman looks strong. The bloodline looks strong. I don't think it makes a lot of sense to have the Usos lose this match. I think they're probably going to win this one. I've got the Usos, probably a close one, probably a good damn match. It's obviously going to be good. Shelton Benjamin, Cedric Alexander against the Usos. This is going to be a good match. Shame it's on the pre-show, but I got the Usos here. Hometown hero Mansoor versus Mustafa Ali. Is there any question who wins this match? It's going to be Mansoor. It's always going to be Mansoor. No, this will probably be a really good match. This may be Mansoor's best match ever, honestly. Stylistically, I think these guys are going to be fantastic together. But yeah, Mansoor wins this, hands down. Hell in a Cell in Saudi Arabia. Edge versus Seth Rollins. Like, this feud's been pretty cringy. And these are two guys I really enjoy. And it's a shame because I could really get behind Seth Rollins in this character if it weren't so scripted. It, I've loved Seth in the past. It's just they've made Seth so unlikable by forcing him to not be himself. And Edge is expected to be this current product version of Edge, even though he is this grizzled veteran version. It's almost a shame that it's got to go down in a WWE ring because you put this in Japan, what a different match this would be. Put this on an AEW show, what a different story this would be. What a different match it would be. But it's Hell in a Cell in Saudi Arabia. They're getting a big match on a big show for them, and they could do some special stuff here. This is the blow off, right? This is the Hell in a Cell match we would typically get in October with Hell in a Cell pay per view, but I don't know. I don't know what to expect here. Uh, I got to go with Edge on this one. This could go either way. But I think I'm going to go with Edge. Rollins is going to move on to something else, and hopefully Edge will too. I think this is going to leave a bit of a bad taste. The whole feud as a whole is going to leave a bad taste in people's mouths, so it's time to move on for both guys. But what a match this could be. It's Hell in a Cell, big budget. Who knows? Something fun might happen. The Queen's Crown tournament final, Doudrop versus Zelina Vega. Not always thought this thing was going to pan out, but I don't know. Stylistically, is this going to work? It's hard to say. I don't. I'm skeptical about this one. I don't think this one's going to impress a lot of folks, but Zelina got brought back for a reason, and it'd be a shame to waste her after bringing her back after a tumultuous end to her first tenure. She's finally getting a bit of a run here. I think you got to give it to Zelina Vega here. Doudrop's got a bit of fandom. She's got a bit of a following, but Zelina Vega overdue for a push, and I think this is Zelina Vega's day. I've got her to be your Queen's Crown champion. Just a weird day. Just why couldn't we just go with Queen of the Ring? Why couldn't we keep it simple? Ugh. Overthink everything, Vince. Yeah. We're going with Finn Balor versus Xavier Woods in the King of the Ring finals. This is going to be a really damn good match. I hope this one gets plenty of time. Because I think stylistically, these guys are probably going to try to steal the show. And they just might. This is going to be a really good match. I like Finn Balor. Xavier's a great opponent. He's going to make you look like $1 million, but I think Finn Balor's probably going to walk away with the W here. The rematch. Goldberg versus Bobby Lashley in a no holds barred match. I don't know why we're going with that stipulation, but we are. So I think that's probably mostly just to work around Goldberg's fatigue, if we want to call it nicely. He can't have a long match, a wrestling match, so No Holds Barred does kind of allow them to do some other stuff and draw the match out a bit. So I guess I understand it in that regard, but I don't know what the story is going to be here other than Goldberg's looking to get a win back after a very embarrassing defeat the first time against Lashley. And Goldberg historically does, I don't want to say well in Saudi Arabia. He did lose the Undertaker, but that was such a bad showing for both guys. He did dethrone the Fiend. God, did he beat Dolph Ziggler? Was that? I don't remember. So yeah, this is he's still a big name. Goldberg's going to win this one. It's 50-50 booking at its finest. So Goldberg gets his win back, and this literally may be his final match ever. I don't really know what else you can do with him at this point. He's done everything. He wants to go out on a high note, so maybe this will be it, and this will be a massive payday. So yeah, I got Goldberg here, and I don't know if it's going to be any better than the first one, but yeah, fingers crossed, right? Going with the WWE World Title match, Big E defending against former two-time champ Drew McIntyre. This I do like this match. It's going to be a fun one. This is two big guys. It's going to be a big classic style WWE matchup. Two big hosses going at it. Um, I don't see a title change happening here. Love Drew, I really do. I think we'd be a lot better press if we turned him slightly heel again because lovable Drew McIntyre doesn't exactly do it for me, but Scottish Psychopath. Oof, loved that guy. The watered down happy go lucky Drew, it's fine. Give me Scottish Psychopath. Put the belt on him. That's not gonna happen here though. But maybe after this match. But no, I got Big E to retain. A pretty good match. I think this will be a decent match. We got RK Bro defending the Raw tag. I can't even believe I'm saying that. RK Bro, Randy Orton, and Riddle, if we can only call him Riddle, defending against former champs AJ Styles and Omos. This is just Randy Orton and AJ doing good wrestling against each other, with Riddle doing some flashy stuff and almost looking impressive by just standing there. This will be another one of those okay tag team matches. It'll be very methodical in tag team wrestling. It's not going to burn the house down, but because it's AJ Styles and a veteran like Randy, yeah, it's going to be really good for what it is. I don't see any reason to put the belts back on AJ and Omos, so yeah, I got RK Bro to retain. Pretty straightforward on this one. Next up, we've got the triple threat for the WWE SmackDown Women's Championship, and this one could be quite the match if they do it right. Becky Lynch defending against Bianca, the woman she beat for the belt, and Sasha Banks, who this has been an interesting mix of the three. Um, Honestly, I don't know what to expect out of this one. Like this, I could see them putting the belt on Sasha here. I really could. But my gut is telling me it's a triple threat. It gives them an out. It gives Becky an out. Like they're gonna make you think Becky's about to lose it. They're not gonna put it on Bianca now. If anything, it'll go on Sasha, but I think they'll make you think it's going on Sasha. It's gonna stay on Becky though. No doubt in my mind, Becky Lynch is gonna retain. I think she gets to hold the belt in a Survivor Series. I think that makes the most sense. And if you got the belt on her and the other on Raw, on Charlotte, and we still do the Raw versus SmackDown, I think it makes the most sense to do Becky versus Charlotte there. So I don't see Becky Lynch losing the belt here. This is the one people actually want to see this time. Lesnar going against the Universal Champ Roman Reigns. This one could be amazing. It really, really could. I'm actually pretty excited for this. I'm looking back at their history, like these guys have really actually had some pretty damn good matches together. It was just Roman's inability to get over as a face that really hindered these feuds in the past. But Brock is the baby face is such an interesting dynamic, and Roman playing such a great heel right now. It's refreshing in that regard, but I think it's going to be pretty classic Brock versus Roman, but with an added twist of Roman having to cheat to get the upper hand on Brock instead of the willpower to do it. The allegiances of Paul Heyman, of course, they're selling this so Paul's doing such a great job. What a great story this has been. I think Lesnar's taking some time off after this, so he's probably not going to win the belt. I think they're going to tease it like, oh, Paul's going to screw over Roman, go back to Brock, but ultimately, yeah, he's going to stick with Roman. He's going to cost Brock because that's the better story here. Costing Brock his former meal ticket, another title reign, and sticking it with his new meal ticket, Roman Reigns does retain, and of course it has to be. This is going to be a good match, and I'm excited to see how they do the screw over. It's going to be fun. That's Crown Jewel. I'm excited for it. I'm looking forward to it. It is a glorified house show. There's some matches on here I'm really excited for, and there's some candidates here. It's just I don't know what extent of energy and effort some of these people are going to put into the matches because they probably just want to get in, get their paycheck, and get the hell out, given how some of these events have gone down before. So it's hard to say. But there's a couple matches here I'm really looking forward to. I'm going to try to get as much of it watched live as it's happening. But again, this is in the middle of the workday, so it's going to be very tough. Might take till Thursday evening here in the States for us to pump out our review and give our thoughts on what went down. But one way or another, we're going to get it out to you folks, and we can promise you that. So I am Tony G, your 10-time champ, and we will see you tomorrow after Crown Jewel. And of course, check us over on Big Buck and Empire on Facebook, the Dog and Chicken Show on YouTube. We'll be live Thirsty Thursdays, giving you our weekly episode for that as well. Don't miss that. Like, share, subscribe. I'm Tony G. We will see you next time.